Hey everyone, see if I can focus on this. Look at these tiny dice. That's insane. These are Jarrell's tiny dice. Welcome everybody. I hope you've been enjoying the our retro spotlight news series. Definitely hoped you guys enjoyed watching me like kind of be terrible at Soul Reaver, since it's been a long time since I played it. But now it's time for my favorite part. The part I've always been looking forward to is the review of this game, as basically comparing it to how the generation of games are now and how it's held up over the years since its release. So this game came out in I believe it was 99, right at the end of the last millennium. And I don't remember exactly when I got it. I do remember renting it a lot and then actually finding a copy for pretty cheap at like a pawn shop or something. So that was probably maybe like $8. So best $8 I've ever spent. And I know this is not my original copy, but this is actually my second copy. And like I said, I'm very, very proud of it. I'm sorry, I'm going to zoom in here. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of this game. And I definitely need to... I said that all these games are not going to be ports, so of course, naturally, I'm going to show off the game and of what it was back in the day. Even the thick instruction manual that we don't even get anymore in games. Do a quick focus. Even has the controls, get started, story of it, like right off the bat, giving you nice tips, lovely artwork. So yeah, it was a joy to play this game again. And I remember basically my first time playing it, I was probably like 12 years old, and I was 12 actually. No, I was probably like 13, 14 years old, and just wanted to play games. I grew up a natural gamer. I had Super Nintendo, Sega, NES, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, and then I got a PlayStation eventually. So yeah, I just wanted to play games. That's all I wanted to do. It was just play all the games I could. And so Soul Reaver, I got it. I played it. And once I actually started getting to delve into the story of it, it just became one of my favorite games of all time. Because I hope it's kind of like caught the attention of a lot of you guys. The reason why I decided to do this game for our first episode is because you probably can't see it. I have to like refocus and hold it up real close. But Crystal Dynamics has done this game, and they are originally known for doing the Tomb Raider games. And with the launch of Rise of the Tomb Raider, during, I forgot what kind of, I think it was a press conference about the game or some interview about the game. They were asked, are there any chances of doing or revising any other titles, mainly like, I want to say like the Gecko games, or probably even Crash Bandicoot. And so the guy who was doing the interview said, hey, there is a possibility that we can remake any game. And so Soul Reaver obviously is under that blanket. So if there is a possibility now in this world that Soul Reaver may be remade, rebooted for this generation of console, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So that's what got me excited. I wanted to dig this game out again and play it. So that's definitely what I did, and I wanted to start this channel so I could definitely show it off for people who don't know about this game, or its franchise, its series that it had. It has a total of about, let me see, 5 games total. There's Blood Omen 1, Blood Omen 2. It's actually called Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, and then Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 2 Legacy of Kain. And those follow Kain on his side of the path, and then Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2 follows Raziel's side, and then you get a merger of both, where you get to play as both Kain and Raziel, and Legacy of Kain Defiance, and that was the last installment for the franchise. Still haven't finished that game yet. I mean, long story on that, but I definitely wanted to just show it off, and so playing it, remembering what it was almost like to play it back then, was that this game was phenomenal, had very little flaws, but I played it religiously, so I knew what to do. It was pretty much muscle memory. I had to do a few recordings of this game. I did one whole recording, and I was really rusty. I was shaking off that rust really bad. And then a few of the recordings I did on certain parts, like the boss fight of Rahab, it didn't capture, and same thing with Duma. There was a big chunk of like Duma's level, or Duma's part of the game, completely missing. So I had to re-record all of those, and then re-record, I believe, the first, where I had to fight Malkiah, the first brother. So yeah, most of it is me playing through on the second time and actually having shaken off that rust. So yeah, even still, like, the controls are a little clunky, but I was playing on the PlayStation 3. I do have a PS1 still, not the PlayStation, the big block, gray block PlayStation. I do have like the smaller condensed white PlayStation 1. I could have pulled that out with the cables and played it that way, which probably would have been a little bit better. We wouldn't have gotten the 1080p from it, sadly. And then what else is there outside of that too? We wouldn't have gotten, of course, the vibrant colors added on to that the PlayStation 3 just brought out of the game, which is amazing. So yeah, and also it was the fact of it still transferred over in its regular 4:3 ratio and not stretched out to 16:9 ratio. So it's definitely not a port at all. Whereas the Resident Evil port that I bought and downloaded on my PlayStation 3, when I'm going to play on the next episode, that's a port, so it's stretched to fit the screen. Either way, though, it won't take away from the experience. It's still the original game. It's not the remake that came out on Wii and is being re-released several times over. So, but anyway, back to Soul Reaver. After shaking off the rust on it, it was still a great game to me overall. Just in this generation, people want to have the controls of the game adapt to them, or work for them and work to their needs. Of course, in the older games, you had to work. What you had is what you had. We didn't have internet connections to our system, so we couldn't get patches for control fixes, control bugs. We didn't have any of that. So what you got was what you got, and you had to adapt yourself to how the game handled. And of course, it helped you become a very proficient gamer if you played a lot of uniquely controlled games. And Soul Reaver was definitely one. And I'm still amazed that even though I almost rage quit the first recording of it, I didn't rage quit on the second time, and I was actually a lot better, and I was playing just like I was back in the late 90s. So overall, I'm really happy that I got to sit down and play this game again and actually record it. Actually had a full reason to sit down and play this game all the way through. Not as long as I remembered. I remembered it being probably around like a 25-hour game, but I didn't go through the side quest, or not side quest. I didn't go through to find all the health add-ons. I didn't go through to find all the extra runes and the magical abilities. Just because one, I wanted to save on time, and two, I forgot where half of them were. But yeah, there was so much depth to this game as far as voice acting, as far as all that you could do in the game. And just the way it left off was just amazing. The dialogue in this game is top notch. Like, I have yet to see a game in the iteration from '99 to now 2016 that has compared to its style of dialogue and storytelling. This game really has, I guess, cemented Crystal Dynamics, and especially cemented its place in history as far as Legacy of Kain franchise goes. And I mean, that says a lot, because Blood Omen wasn't all that good. And so Soul Reaver, the Soul successor, no pun intended, Soul successor just came out and it was such a huge hit that they got the funding to try to do Soul Reaver 2, then they did Blood Omen 2, and then they just decided to wrap it all up together in Defiance because they still had a story to tell, and the story was really well told. Definitely recommend if you're going to try playing the game, play it Soul Reaver 1, Soul Reaver 2, and then Defiance. The only one I haven't played is Blood Omen. Blood Omen 2 is a little weird, but you need to play through the rest of the game to actually and find clues and figure out where Blood Omen 2, why in Blood Omen 2 fits into that chronological order. But yes, I would definitely, if you have like a retro game store and you find this game, buy it. If you still have a PlayStation 3, buy it. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I haven't checked yet, but I'm pretty sure it's on PSN. Not sure the pricing, but even if it's just $15, this game is well worth the $15. And I really hope that they remake this game for this generation. Sadly, one of the main voice actors did pass away since then, and you can't have. To me, if they were to do a remake, this is my suggestion, Crystal Dynamics. If you do a remake, try to find the original audio files for the dialogue, the character dialogue, and just use that. Don't change the voices because Raziel's voice has always been Raziel's voice. The Elder God's voice has been the same guy. Kane's voice has been in the Soul Reaver games has been Kane's voice. To change that, you would change the character a lot because the way that those voice actors they were hired voice actors that didn't know too much about video games, but they were very professional, like theater trained voice actors, like top-notch voice actors that that really adds to it. You can hear them as a character in their voice when they talk in the dialogue. Or when they say their lines in the game. So overall, I give this game, even back in the day, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Back in my heyday of playing it, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Now that it's been almost it was 17 years now, I would definitely give it a. This is gonna be kind of hard. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Nostalgia is always there. The only thing that's really hard to get over is just if you're a new generation gamer in this day and age, it's going to be hard to just get around the controls. But even still, if you just look past the control wonkiness of the controls and how they are, there's still a great game there. There's still a great story there. And it's, like I say, I can't say it enough. It's definitely worth the money. So thank you guys for watching this review on Soul Reaver. We will be doing Resident Evil and releasing that probably around July, or I want to say June or July. August would be too late, but yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to try and get it done as fast as I can. You may get 5 more videos out of that. And then we already got our lineup for the following year. We're going to do Alan Wake. Jarrell's going to play Alan Wake. A game that he's really interested in, also a very, very amazing game that needs to be showcased in its own. And then we're going to do Resident Evil 2. And, of course, all of these games are going to be original. They're not going to be ports. And Alan Wake's actually going to be a physical copy and not a digital copy either. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And we definitely look forward to seeing your support in our other videos. So have a good day, guys.